I'm actually in the middle of the packing, and it's quite a big job really, but I just had to have a taste. So I've just fried it in some ghee. Does not seem super tender. Mm. 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 I could have probably hung a bit longer. But it's very, very delicious. Just put some apple cider vinegar on it. And it's a young animal. It's a very fine taste. Mm. 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 All this milk. Mm. So nice. So here we have all our mince. And what I do is I put my hand in the bag and go like that, then you don't touch it. And it's good when you pack them to press the air out, because it makes it keep for much longer. So I'll just keep going, and it's actually very good before you even start this. It's a good idea to have your things ready, and see when it goes into the freezer, the marker, it has to be very clear. Otherwise you have to make these little ones to tie on, because it's a pity when you have it in the freezer and you can't see what it is. So I'll just keep going. Just put them into here, so then they're easier to carry out to the freezer. And I've got each quarter of the calf in a big heavy duty bag where all the nice pieces of meat are. And I'm just going to put this all into the big bag so that we have it all. Each quarter has the mince and the pieces of meat. All this beautiful grass-fed meat that no chemicals, nothing horrible in there. Just all very pure. And this mince, I asked them to take all the tendons away as much as possible, so there's no lumps in it. And it does look very lovely. You need some fat in there, because that gives you the taste. Praise you, Lord, for all your gifts. And I love how it's halal. The animal has been blessed. And the Lord has been thanked. So beautiful. We're done. Okay, so here is my mess. Actually, this is not the best video, but I'm just going to show it anyway. So, it's not the best light here. Just see. Yeah, so I've been packing this animal, and a piece of advice for you, get some help. It's a big job, or just make sure you have lots of time. And what I did this time, it's been very cold here, so I got it out in my wheelbarrow in all the bags, and it's packed very well, so it's all in double bags. And I had it out last night in our greenhouse where there's no rats or anything, and so it's just kept really cool, because I want it to become very tender. And I think you can do that. You can actually also get some of the meat vacuum packed to make sure to leave it in your fridge to make it even more tender. But I'm going to give this a go. Just packing it now. So I've had it for a day, and these, for instance, this is tenderloin. And just a little thing which is good to know is that when you're using these bags, write on this white thing and make sure you have something white behind it, because if I had turned this around, it's very hard to see the writing there. And it's important. Now this is tenderloin, I think. And you can make these beautiful little steaks, cut it out fine into 1 centimeter pieces, and make beautiful steaks that are very lovely and tender. And when you pack it, make sure to press the air out as much as you can. Yeah, there's all these little things you learn as you go. So I'll just show you some of the other pieces. This is ossobuco. It's hard to get all the air out there. This is for a beautiful soup, Italian meat stew. Very lovely. Here's what we call just steaks, and really it's just a bone with some meat on it, and these are good for stews, really. But you can also make them in a pot or in one of those clay pots in the oven, because it needs a fair bit of cooking before it's tender. Yeah, this is all sorts of different. I think these ones that are 3 pieces of. This is a fillet, and this is lovely for cutting into slices and using for steak on the pan. on the frying pan. Very beautiful piece of meat. So at the same time I'm cooking off the fat, the tallow, and I had him mince it this time, which was a great help. So I'll just let you have a look. So it's really messy here, but I've got myself a wonderful pot already, as you can see here. Gorgeous amount of fat. Can't believe how much fat there's on. I think he actually just gave me some extra. So he was so kind. See what? You just really, actually I won't. Oh yeah, I'll take this. So you just have to be so careful. I say a little prayer every time I open this because it's so dangerous. See, this is all the meat that was in the fat. And this was the last time. I've done it about 10 times, I think. But see, this tray is really too shallow. So when you're doing it this way, have a deeper tray and just put a little bit at a time. And you can remove some of that meat and put some, I kept putting more on because it just shrinks in. But yeah, the animals are really excited. Yeah, cooking fat. I mean, hot fat is really dangerous, so you really have to watch out. But now I'm going to cook this so I purify it, so it's ready for soap and cream candles. So you just feel so rich and so blessed to have so much, and you have to sort of get your mind around all this enormous amounts, but you just really feel grateful. So this was a bit of the work. See you, my friend.